Oh, fabulous version of this song, too. This is Dave Sanborn, and a nice cover of the old Platter song, Smoke Gets in Your Eyes, as we are back on the air for our final part of the Gary Russen program for today. Man, final part already. Can't believe it. You know how time flies when you're having fun? Yeah. It just goes by so fast. Absolutely fabby. Great rendition of Smoke Gets in Your Eye. Love jazz. It's great music. David Sanborn on GJRB Online. Smoke Gets in Your Eyes on GJRB's Gary Russen program, GJRB's original news talk program. Throw a little music in there to break the monotony a little bit, kind of make it interesting, and see if we get some listeners along the way too. Because I just do that to kill some time on the program, play some music. Coming up, we do the What's on Spreaker segment, and that's coming up next here on GJRB Online, so tune in for that. I'm going to tell you what's going to be on the radio tonight on Spreaker. One of them, of course, after we get off the air about 6 o'clock, is the Debbie Scott Radio Network. She plays a lot of really good music, too. Her and her husband, Johnny, down in Florida at Fort Walton Beach. They play some really good tunes. They jam. They play some good variety of different, they have a program called The Melting Pot. I mean, these are great people, and they had some great musicians on their program, too, as well. Absolutely great artists. One of them is one I'm going to be playing on a future show. His name is Keith Brooks. A couple of really good songs by him, as a matter of fact, and we're going to get a hold of him. He's, for maybe a future show, he is a real interesting artist. Has some really good songs. He kind of does some nice cover country, variety, popular. I mean, he does a lot of the really old country, and he's absolutely fabulous. His name is Keith Brooks, and got other artists, but they are real good. Debbie Scott Radio Network, 6 o'clock, and then at 7 o'clock, Blake Myers, Technical Difficulties, will be on the air. So we'll have all that coming up next in our program schedule for What's on Spreaker, coming up here in a few minutes as we wrap up the Gary Russen program, Freestyle Friday edition here on GJRB Online. I try to get as many Freestyle Friday editions as we can. I'm shuffling my shows around. By the way, before I get into anything else, I want to talk about the program schedule on GJRB Online. I had said they were kind of shuffling the program schedule around, piecing it like a puzzle. Puzzle's not exactly done yet, my little jigsaw puzzle of programs. And I'm thinking about making it permanent for a while. No really particular schedule. Every once in a while we'll schedule maybe 2 or 3 shows. I know next month I have scheduled radio, television, and movie classic crooners, and radio, television, and movie classics. I've got that coming up. I got some jazz coming up on the first Friday of March, Friday, March 1st, and 2nd will be another jazz weekend. So that's coming up. Smooth Jazz, the Smooth Afternoon Show and the Wave of Smooth Jazz. Saturday we'll have the Best of Jazz. That'll be Saturday, March 2nd, right here on GJRB Online. So tune in for that. That's going to be coming up. The return coming up, like I said, February was a short month, so I really don't have time to really squeeze a lot of shows in that I had said I was going to do, but I'm going to try to get as many as possible. Looking at a possibility, we're going to do another Way Out There. I might have a couple Way Out There's planned. One for next week, next Friday, the 22nd. The last 7 days we haven't met. The last 7 days we have not been on for a while. The guys haven't. We usually meet at the Burger King on 2nd Street here in Clinton. Usually the Thursday mornings at 8 o'clock. Have breakfast and talk about what's in the news and how it relates to Bible prophecy. Like I said, we have not been doing that for a while, nor have we been doing Bible study for a while, as we are continuing our study of the book of Revelation. We have not been doing those because it's been really, really nasty cold in this area. The weather's been pretty bad, And as a result of that, I haven't been able to have meetings. And the venue of the Bible study is going to be changing, by the way, too, to our church, because the space is limited over at our friend's apartment. So we're going to be moving that. But other than that, the church services remain. I have those up for right now. But the Bible study in the last 7 days hopefully may be back next week. If not, I will have way out there, but a rebroadcast of the most recent last 7 days if we don't get the last 7 day, a new episode on this week. So watch for postings of that. And, of course, watch for postings of any new programs coming up. I've got plans for an 80s show coming up. And let's see, that'll be in March. March is going to have Rockin' 80s. And a brand new classic country show I've got coming up. I'm working on that. I got to get some music for that one. Classic country coming up. That's going to be mostly the real old country stuff from Hank Williams all the way up into Alan Jackson. Playing a lot of really old stuff from all the way back, and then we'll go into the 90s. Some of them were current, but we're only concentrating mostly, though, on the classic country. So you want to tune in for that. That's going to be coming up. And a lot of really good programs coming up in March. So, like I said, I'm trying to weasel in all my programs, trying to get programs that I want on every week. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to be deleting the GJRB Schedule Update podcast because I'm making some changes. So there will be no video with that podcast. Because I decided to cancel the video because I'm making changes on the schedule. So no video, but I'm going to probably have a video made because I figured out what I did wrong when I was trying to do a live video feed on YouTube. I have to activate the camera. If you don't activate the camera and the microphone, it won't work. So I got to activate the camera and the microphone. So I'll probably be doing a video version of that for GGRB TV's YouTube channel. And then I will have that video uploaded. And then I'll take the audio portion. I'm going to do it backwards. I was doing it because the reason why I'm doing that is because the past couple of times I have promised a video with my GGRB TV. Try it again. I promised a video with my GGRB Schedule Update podcast, and it didn't come about because I had so many other things to do that I decided it would be better if I do the video instead, because then the video would be done, and then all I would do is take the audio track from that video, download it, convert it, download it, and then upload that onto Spreaker. It'll sound funny as the audio portion, but if you're, it'd be best to watch it as a video on the GGRB TV YouTube channel than to listen to it here on Spreaker. But I'm going to put it on both anyway, because it's GGRB Online and the GGRB Online Network. So I'm pretty much will have it on both sides, but it's best to watch the video. And I'll let you know when we're going to do that video. I have to make my notes up. I'm already working on that one. So I'm going to I'm going to update and revise that Schedule Update podcast as a video, but the podcast will be uploaded as an audio podcast as well. So either way, you'll catch it here on either on Spreaker or on the YouTube channel. Okay, because it's just been where I just don't have time to stop and make a video, and it would be generic anyway. And a lot of the information I have on that podcast is old. So I'm going to just delete it off the Spreaker public site. So you're going to see that go away here pretty quick. As a matter of fact, I'm dwindling down to like about 30 some plus odd hours left to go on my Spreaker public site anyhow. So I'm going to be working on eliminating some more shows. The programs from January and my GJRB schedule update podcast, my January programs pretty soon are going to go as we head into February and March. A lot of the January programs are going to go away, so make room because like I said before, I don't know when I'm going to be going on to the 3-hour plan. Mike thought I was on the 3-hour plan, and I said, no, I'm still doing 3-hour shows, but I'm doing it in 4-hour, not 45-minute increments for now, until I can afford to get the plan. And then they've had some specials, a discount of like about 30%, I think it was, but at this time I have to wait to be able to afford it. And eventually, I'm hoping maybe by summer. I'm not sure exactly when, maybe spring or late summer, I should be able to get on 3 hours. But for right now, I have to wait just a little longer. I had promised that back in January that we were going to do the 3-hour plan, but it's going to have to be delayed a little bit. So it'll be coming up. I will be doing the 3-hour plan, but it's going to be a while. Okay, just to let you know about that. And when I do get on the 3-hour plan, I will post a announcement on Facebook and all the other social sites that GJRB is going 3 hours. So watch for that when that does come about. Meanwhile, though, I'm kind of on the other social sites. I'm on Convo, and got on there and saw a nice, pleasant surprise that the Caramel Conservative reposted my promo for tomorrow's program, the Saturday Extra. Ben Osman Osen will be with us tomorrow afternoon, 3 o'clock, right here on GJRB Online for the Gary Russen program, Saturday Extra. And we're going to talk a lot about what was in the news, and we're going to talk about Ocasio-Cortez, the... yes, when God handed out her brains, she thought they said trains. Yes, she's brilliant. So we'll be talking about that and a whole lot of other interesting stuff. So you'll want to tune in tomorrow's program for sure. 3 o'clock Central right here on GJRB Online, the Gary Russen program, Saturday Extra. So check that out. Meanwhile, back at the jungle, I think it is time to get the... let's see. No show following me anyway. So I am going to stay on for the full 46 minutes. I have about 26 minutes and 28 seconds left. So we're going to stay on to the end. So be aware of that. I'm going to stay on to the end, and we'll wrap up this program. So just to let you know about that. You'll see the Gary Russen program on GJRB Online here on Spreaker across America as we wrap up the program. Thanks a lot for tuning in wherever you're listening to across this fine land of ours. The Gary Russen program on GJRB Online here on Spreaker. And thank you for tuning in. And I hope you're enjoying the program wherever you're listening on GJRB Online. And I'm going to, while I'm on the Spreaker public site, it's time for What's on Spreaker. Here we go. Yep. It's time to do What's on Spreaker. And right after we get done with that, don't really have any sports to talk about, so we're just going to skip the casual sports report today. Not do anything with that this time. But I'm going to, let's see. I'm going to click out of that. Didn't really need that on there. I'm going to go now to what's on Spreaker. Some of the programs coming up on Spreaker on GTRP Online. As I said earlier, 7 o'clock tonight, Blake Myers will be on the air with technical difficulties. 7 o'clock Central Time. So if you want to listen to that, that's Blake Myers out of Boone. Technical difficulties tonight at 7 o'clock. I'm going to try to listen to that live, but I'd probably be having supper about that time. So we're going to... I'll try to catch it on the fly as a recorded podcast. So I'll catch it anytime. I don't know if I'm about to catch it live or not, but I'll at least listen to your recording. And I still need messages, even if I'm listening to a recording. I do talk to recordings. Yeah, it's kind of strange, I know, but I do that. So, let's do it. Okay, let's get this up. Got to go to my page. I didn't have it ready. And as soon as it comes up, I'll have it ready. Okay, here we go. All right, 0 listeners in this last part, but that's okay. We had some great people on at the beginning of the show today. Caramel Conservatives was with us at the beginning of the show, and then Blake dropped in, and we had him on. It was great having him on. So we had Blake on the air with his show, Blake Myers. He's coming on tonight. Meanwhile, back in the jungle, let's take a look at what other programs are on tonight here on Spreaker. Right after we get done, it's Debbie and John's All Music Show on the Debbie Scott Radio Network at 6 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, it's Haunted Reality, New West Radio Productions. Listen to this program. It's fabulous. Always has some really, it's radio drama. It's some of its rare old radio programs. Check it out. It's 9 o'clock Central Time on here on Spreaker. And then at 11 o'clock tonight, it's Spaced Out Radio with Dave Scott. And the David, and he's got interesting guests tonight. Should have wrote down his guest. Should really check his website here and see what he has planned for his show tonight. I'm going to do that. I have that site saved under favorites. I should do that right now while I'm thinking about it. Okay, let's see here. SOR, here we go. Spaced Out Radio, here we go. Let's see, it should be coming up. Meanwhile, while that's coming up, let's take a look at other programs. Coming up at the other side of midnight, about 1 o'clock in the morning, the Ace Show, the Gyp Zone, and the Gyp Zone mixed up. 8 o'clock in the morning, tomorrow morning, it's Radio Hope with Mike Myers. Inspirational message again. I didn't listen to his podcast today. I have to check it out. I didn't really get around to it. I've been busy prepping this show. But Mike Myers tomorrow morning, Radio Hope. So check that out. That's tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Central Time for the Mike Myers program. TJWS Radio Network. And then Dynamite Debbie's on again right after we get done. Tomorrow we're on at 3 o'clock again for the Gary Russen program, Saturday Extra. My guest will be Ben Osman. We're going to talk about what's in the news, some of the stuff we talked about today. So tune in for that tomorrow at 3. And then right after we get done, 6 o'clock, Dynamic Debbie and the interview with music show tomorrow, the Debbie Scott Radio Network. 7 o'clock, late night GHTR, classic rock. And then the Urban Mix with Kelly Keel and the Vinyl Oasis Radio will be on. 7 o'clock Central Time. Spaced Out Radio at 11 tomorrow night. Check out Sunday. Well, we could do that too. Sunday, we could do Sunday tomorrow. Some of the programs on there. I don't know what happened to OBFSU. Our Big Fat Soft Underbelly hasn't been on for a while. And I don't know what happened to him. He just kind of disappeared. Maybe they. Oh boy, no, I don't think so. John is a proud immigrant coming to America, and he did it right. He came to America and he worked hard. These are the people who come the right way. And he's fabulous. OBFSU, our big fat soft underbelly. Tune into that. I'm hoping that he updates his show pretty soon. I'm really looking forward to some new stuff from him. And last night, I was busting a gut. Hysterical laughter. There's another podcast I've got to recommend you guys listen to. And it's been recommended by a lot of people, including the Caramel Conservative, which I'm hoping he's listening, because I'm telling you what, I had to try not to laugh too loud because it's funny, but these guys are just a trip. The Black Dog Radio Network, the Black Dog, these guys are too much. I was listening last night to them. Just too much. These guys are great. They were talking about his experience on his flights, and it was hysterical. It was just too darn funny. The Black Dog Radio Network. Got to check these guys out. They're hysterical. They are absolutely fabulous. I am a follower of them, and they do put on a fabulous show. They are funny. Some of the ones I didn't mention, again, Blake Myers tonight at 7 o'clock, right here on Spreaker. So if you are having a show and it's not in the scheduled lineup here on Spreaker, and you'd like me to mention that you're going to be on tonight or any night of the week that follows my show, and you want it mentioned on the air, let me know. Send me an email, GaryJ65@yahoo.com, or on my Twitter page. I am the Radio Maniac. If you are a Spreaker follower and would like to have your show announced on here, I can do that. I will promote. I like to cross-promote because this is a fabulous platform, and I believe in promoting other people's shows. I do. I believe that, to get a little boost. And they do it for me, and I appreciate it. So all those people that, I promote their shows, they promote me back, and I enjoy it. It's a community. It's a community of podcasters. And we just kind of check each other's shows out, and it's fun stuff. And by the way, this look at upcoming shows on Spreaker is brought to you by Spreaker. If you'd like to be on the internet and do radio like me, get an account. It's free. You get 15 minutes. Not bad, 15 minutes. One of our fabulous followers, Bob Huber, the handyman Huber, does 15 minutes. And he packs a lot into 15 minutes. So, hey, just check it out. That's Spreaker. It's like speaker spelled backwards. The word speaker. Music comes out of speakers. With spelled wrong on purpose. Spreaker, Spreaker, and get on board and have a podcast, Spreaker, and broadcast to the world. Tonight on Spaced Out Radio with Dave Scott. Tonight, let's see what we have on. Let me see if he's got his upcoming programs. Let's see if he's got his guest lineup tonight. It should be down here somewhere. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Full episodes now available. I gotta check that Blue Hole. I haven't had a chance to check that out yet. I was hoping I'd find that. Let's see. Guest lineup. Here we go. It's countdown right here in front of my face. Duh. Yeah. Read it, Russen. It's right in front of you, fool. Next live show coming up in 3 hours, 16 minutes, 16 seconds. Spaced Out Radio. Ronald Murphy is going to be the guest on that program. Ronald Murphy. Let me see if we can find out something about him. Let's see if we have anything on it. Yeah, let's see. February 15th, 9:06 p.m. Pacific time. 11:06 Central. Ron Murphy is a folklorist and paranormal investigator who delves into the legends to discover the facts. Ronald L. Murphy Jr., professional, published the short stories, poetry, and had a play produced. And this is his first novella. Graduated at the University of Pittsburgh, my home city, with a degree in literature. He studied medieval history at the graduate level at the Indiana University in Pennsylvania, and interests include acting, play, writing, photography, and he lives in rural western Pennsylvania with his wife and 5 children. So he's going to be on, he's a crypto guru, Ronald Murphy, tonight, live, 11 o'clock Central Time, midnight Eastern, 9:06 Pacific. So that's midnight 06 Eastern, 9:06 Pacific, right here on Spreaker. And the Deep Talk Radio Network. Many fine radio stations affiliated with this too as well. If you can, some of the stations I'm going to have to mark down. I know one of them I have on my tune in, and that is a station out of California that carries them. So check that out. Spaced Out Radio tonight, right here on Spreaker, GJRB Online. Gary J. Russen with you. Thanks a lot for tuning in today, and I hope you enjoyed the program. One more look at the Clinton weather forecast. Let's do that before we head on out for tonight. As we have about, let's see, how many do we have? We have about 12 minutes left, so we got plenty of time to run in one more weather forecast. So let's take a look at our forecast right now for Clinton. We got 12 degrees currently in Clinton right now. It feels like 7. Winds north at 3. Winds out of the west northwest at 3 miles per hour, gusting to 9. So it's cold. Going down here, our barometric pressure stands at 30.10 inches and steady. 10-mile visibility, it's clear, no clouds. 7 degrees on the dew point, 77% relative humidity. And our sun will set tonight, and this is great. I'm looking out the window. It's 8 minutes before 6 o'clock, 5:53, and it's still a little bit light outside, so it's looking good. We got a little bit more daylight. It's staying daylight each a little longer each night. Fabulous. A little longer each night. It's staying daylight. So that I love that. I love that a lot. Getting some more, really finally getting back into, maybe get that hopeful for spring. Stay in daylight just a little bit longer. So, fantastic. Let's take a look at the forecast right now for Clinton, Iowa at this time. Tonight, 10% chance of precipitation, partly cloudy, low 1 degree. That's it. 1 degree. Winds north-northwest, clocking at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, 10% chance of precipitation, mostly sunny. High of 28 degrees with east-northeast winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, snow's going to arrive. We've got another storm system coming through. 80% chance of precipitation. Snow late. Low 21. Winds east at about 10 to 20 miles per hour. And I'm not sure exactly how much we're going to get at this point. Not sure. But I've been hearing some things about more accumulating snow. But it's going to happen tomorrow. It looks like, from what I've been seeing, a possibility of 1 inch of snow predicted. I'll check that out, but I think that's what it is. Here's some of the state highs right now. Keokuk, 15 degrees. Burlington checked in with 14. Fort Madison, 14. 14 and, let's see, 8 negative. State lows were negative 8 degrees in Esterville, Storm Lake reporting with -7. -7 in Spencer and Sheldon, and -6 in Mason City. Those were our streams today. Wow. Imagine that. Checking other places. Let's take a look at some of the nearby weather stations and see what they're reporting in. 11 degrees. Let's take a look. Bettendorf at 13 degrees. Let's see. East Central Davenport, 11 degrees. Tobacco Road, Geneseo, 12. Crow Creek, Bettendorf, 12.4 degrees Fahrenheit temperature. 11 degrees in Davenport. Meadow View Heights, here in Clinton, 11 degrees. So those are some of the temperatures. Wind chills, well, let's see. Wind chill factors. I thought I'd see it here. Okay, where was that? There it is. 4.2 degrees, or 4 degrees. So those are some of the weather. That's your local weather here in Clinton. That's what we got here. This mess. It's just, imagine that. But anywho, we're winding down to a close this edition of the Gary Russen program here on GGRB Online. And we're going to be closing out. I'm going to let this finish. I got about 8 minutes and 23 seconds. So I thought I'd just mention again what we got planned for broadcasting this week on GGRB. Like I said before, this will be on the air again tomorrow. Hope you'll join us again tomorrow. My guest will be Ben Osman. And we're going to talk about what's going on in the news. We're going to talk about some of the stuff we talked about today, including Alexandra, Casso, that one. And the border wall, the whole thing with the emergency. Talk about that tomorrow. And other things that come to mind. So I hope you'll tune in tomorrow for our guest, Ben Osman. Always fun when we have him on. Third time's the charmer. Because he hasn't been on the past couple of shows we've had on. He had some things going on. He didn't make it. But I'm I'm hoping that we will be here. It will be with us tomorrow sometime between 3 and 6 p.m. when we start the Gary Russen program. So it's going to be a freestyle show. Open lines, open phones, open that. I'm going to have the automation turned off. It's just going to be live radio at its best tomorrow. So I hope you'll tune in for that program, because it's always fun to put on this show. And when I get listeners and I get callers and I get people wanting to be guests, it's absolutely fabulous. And of course, I've got some guests booked for coming shows. I'm looking at that right now. And coming up, we have Way Out There. That's next Friday at 3 o'clock Central. Strange, the Bizarre, the Unusual. Next week, I'm going to have another part in my series on technocracy. And I'm going to start a multi-part series. As a matter of fact, it's going to be a regular series here on the Way Out There show. And it's called After Death. People who have died on the table and have come back. We're going to do that. It's going to be a great show. We're going to talk about the proof. And many people have had proof that heaven is real, God is real, Jesus Christ is real. He didn't lie to us. He'll never leave us or forsake us. And a lot of people experiencing the afterlife, and we're going to talk about those, the ones that died and came back, and we're going to have a show on that, multi-part series, so I hope you'll tune in for that program. And I'm going to do a feature on hell, because I think that it's important for people to realize that all this stuff going on, especially with this situation with this late-term abortions, and the fact that these innocent young children, the sad situation with these innocent young children dying in the hands of evil people and there's a movie out now, and we're going to probably talk about that with Ben tomorrow too. A movie out that is really graphic, and it's sad. It really is how these children are, children who are born and die at the hands of these evil, rotten people. And we're going to talk about that tomorrow right here on GJRB Online. So, tune in. 3 o'clock Central for that show. That's going to wrap it up for this program. Want to thank you so much for tuning in to the Gary Russen program today. We'll have another edition tomorrow. Ben Osman from Pittsburgh. We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff, so I hope you'll tune in for that. 3 o'clock Central Time. Next week, way out there. And some surprise spontaneous programming throughout the week, so watch for postings on the GJRB Spreaker public site. Hey, until then, have yourself your best night ever, and like a lot of my podcaster friends say, pay it forward. Do something nice for somebody. Do something good. And God will bless you, definitely. You have yourself your best night ever. Don't forget, tonight, 6 o'clock, stay tuned. Matter of fact, it's coming up next. She's probably posting it already. Debbie Scott Radio Network with some more great music and fun. And Debbie and John coming up. And, of course, 7 o'clock, it's Blake Myers. Till then, primary start to rock and roll music, the music in which artists express their feelings through music. This is a new blues show featuring the best of the blues, with new emerging artists getting their thrill of hearing their selections played along with the greats like Muddy Waters, B.B. King, and Etta James, along with a whole lot more. The doors open soon to the Blues House on GJRB. Recently, the owner of Facebook had to face Congress over personal information on Facebook users. In addition, users were saying that their postings were being deleted. Getting sick and tired of your censorship and your data being used without your permission? Do something about it now. Come to MeWe, the internet social site that values your freedom. No more deleted postings. Make a step to freedom. Sign up today. It's easy. Go to www.MeWe.com. That's M-E-W-E. MeWe, the internet's free speech social site. Coast to coast and way out there, fans, listen up. If you like UFO conspiracies, ghosts, and the paranormal, you'll love Spaced Out Radio. Spreaker's answer to Coast AM, with more interesting guest experts in the paranormal and UFOs each month. If you like Way Out There, you'll love Spaced Out Radio. Own the night with Spaced Out Radio with Dave Scott. Nightly at 11 p.m. Central, 12 o'clock midnight Eastern, and 9 p.m. Pacific. On Spreaker, on Periscope, and on D-Talk Radio Network. Whether it's baseball, basketball, hockey, even bowling, it's covered on Gary J's sports page. I'll talk about what's going on in the world of sports all over the USA. We'll read you interesting articles about the players, and even keep up with the scores of the games going on live. I'll even have guests from time to time, and just talk sports. Better than any newspaper page, it comes alive. Gary J's sports page Join me for Sports Page at a brand new time, alternating Saturdays at noon on GJRB. Strange things in the sky and around the world. Strange beings sighted. What's going on? All around us, conspiracy theories are being discussed. This is the show all about the strange things that are way out there. I'm Gary Russen, and this Way Out There's back with more weird stories of the strange and the bizarre. Keep looking up in the sky and let me know what you see. Way out there. Every third Friday at 2 o'clock Central on GJRB.
This is GJR Broadcasting.